Crikey, mate. Have you ever wondered what our big, furry friends, the bears, get up to when the world gets all chilly and covered in snow? They don't just put on a bigger coat. No way. They do something truly amazing, a real masterpiece of nature's design. It's called hibernation, and it's like taking the longest, deepest nap you can possibly imagine. This isn't just a lazy snooze on the couch, though. Hibernation is a serious survival strategy, a brilliant way for these magnificent creatures to outsmart the harshness of winter, when the world around them becomes a frozen wasteland with very little tucker to be found. It's a true wonder of the animal kingdom, and it's absolutely fascinating. So why do they do it? It's all about the food, or the lack of it. In the winter, the land freezes over. The juicy berries disappear. The tasty fish are harder to catch under the ice, and the little critters they might munch on are all hiding away. For a big animal like a bear, finding enough food to keep its massive body going would be a massive struggle. It would use up way more energy looking for food than it would get from eating it. So instead of running around in the cold getting hungry, the bear has a clever plan. It decides to shut down, to conserve every bit of its precious energy until the sun comes back to warm up the world. This isn't just about feeling a bit peckish, mind you. Surviving winter is a life or death situation for these animals. The cold can be incredibly dangerous, and without a constant supply of calories to burn for warmth, a bear wouldn't last very long at all. Hibernation is the ultimate energy-saving mode. It's a biological superpower that allows them to basically press pause on life. They find a safe, cozy spot and let the winter storms rage outside while they are snug as a bug in a rug. This allows them to completely bypass the toughest time of the year, saving all their strength for the spring when life and food return in abundance. Think of it like this. A bear's body is a big, furry engine. In the summer, that engine is running full throttle, chugging along on plenty of fuel like berries and nuts and fish. But when winter comes, the fuel stations all close down. So, what does the bear do? It pulls into a safe garage, turns the engine off, and waits until the fuel stations open again in the spring. This super snooze is their secret weapon against the cold and hunger of winter. It's a beautiful, natural solution to a very big problem, and it shows just how incredibly adapted these animals are to their environment. What a little ripper. Now, a bear can't just decide to go to sleep one day. Oh no, there's a lot of prep work to be done. The most important job on the list is to eat, and then eat some more. This period before hibernation is called hyperphagia, which is just a fancy way of saying extreme eating. A bear can spend up to 20 hours a day just chowing down on everything it can find. We're talking thousands and thousands of calories. They'll gobble up salmon, feast on berries, dig for roots, and munch on nuts. Their whole life becomes a mission to get as fat as possible, and for a very good reason. This massive feast is all about building up a thick layer of fat. This fat isn't just for keeping them warm like a built-in blanket, though it certainly helps with that. This fat layer is their personal pantry for the entire winter. It's the fuel they will slowly burn while they are in their deep sleep, providing all the energy and water their body needs to survive for months without a single bite or a single sip. A bear can pack on over 100 pounds of fat during this pre-hibernation binge. That's like eating non-stop for months to prepare for a long, long nap. It's an all-you-can-eat buffet, and the bear is the hungriest customer you've ever seen. While they're busy getting chunky, bears are also on the lookout for the perfect place to sleep. They need a safe and snug home called a den. This could be a cave in a rocky hillside, a hollowed-out log, a space they dig under the roots of a giant tree, or even just a big hole they dig right into the side of a hill. The most important thing is that the den is well insulated and protected from the wind and snow. They want it to be just the right size, big enough to be comfortable, but small enough that their body heat will keep the space warm throughout the long winter months. Once they've found the perfect spot, they'll make it extra cozy. They act like little interior decorators, gathering materials to make a soft bed. They'll bring in leaves, twigs, dry grass, and moss to line the floor of their den. This isn't just for comfort. This bedding provides extra insulation, trapping a layer of air that helps keep the cold from seeping in from the frozen ground. With a full belly and a comfy bed, the bear is finally ready. As the first heavy snows begin to fall, it will crawl into its den, curl up into a tight ball to save heat, and let the great winter sleep begin. Good on you, mate! Once the bear is tucked away in its den, its body starts to do some truly remarkable things. This isn't just sleep, it's a state of suspended animation. The first thing that happens is its heart rate slows down, way down. A normal active bear might have a heart rate of about 50 beats per minute, but during hibernation, that can drop to as low as 8 to 12 beats per minute. That's just one beat every 5 or 6 seconds. It's an incredible way to save energy. Their breathing also becomes very slow and shallow, with sometimes a full minute passing between breaths. Their whole system just powers down to the bare minimum needed to stay alive. Their body temperature also takes a dive. It doesn't drop to freezing, of course, but it does go down by several degrees. This slight drop in temperature is another brilliant energy-saving trick. Think about it. The warmer your body is, the more calories you have to burn to maintain that heat. By cooling down just a little bit, the bear reduces its energy needs even further, making that precious fat layer last as long as possible. It's like turning down the thermostat in your house to save on your heating bill. The bear is the ultimate conservationist, and its own body is the resource it's protecting with absolute genius. Now here's a real stunner. For the entire time they are hibernating, which can be for 5 to 7 months, bears don't eat, drink, urinate, or defecate. Not once. How is that even possible? Well, their body has a clever recycling system. They live off their stored fat, which breaks down to provide them with both calories for energy and water to keep them hydrated. And the waste products, like urea, that would normally be flushed out in urine, are broken down and recycled into new proteins to help them maintain muscle mass. This means they wake up in the spring a bit thinner, but still strong and healthy. Even though they are in this deep, deep sleep, it's not like a coma. A hibernating bear can actually wake up if it's disturbed. If a predator gets too close, or if their den is damaged, they can slowly raise their heart rate and body temperature to become alert and defend themselves or find a new den. This is different from true hibernators like groundhogs, who are much harder to wake up. This ability to be lightly hibernating is another layer of their amazing survival plan. It keeps them safe even when they are at their most vulnerable. Absolutely beautiful. Here's something that'll blow your socks off. For some bear species like black bears and grizzly bears, the den is not just a bedroom, it's a nursery. The mother bear gives birth to her cubs in the middle of winter, usually in January or February, while she is still in her deep hibernation sleep. She will wake up just enough to deliver her tiny babies, clean them off, and get them settled into nurse. Then, she'll drift back into her sleepy state. The cubs, born blind, nearly hairless, and weighing less than a pound, have the coziest start to life you can imagine. These tiny newborns snuggle up against their mother's warm, furry body. They spend their first couple of months doing nothing but sleeping and drinking their mother's rich, fatty milk. This milk is incredibly high in calories, helping the cubs grow quickly in the safety and warmth of the den. The mother bear produces this milk using the energy from her own fat stores, all while she continues to hibernate around them. She is a super mom, providing for her babies without even having a meal herself. It's a miracle of nature, seeing new life begin in the dead of winter, deep beneath the snow. As winter's grip begins to loosen and the days get longer and warmer, the bear's internal alarm clock starts to go off. The process of waking up is slow and gradual. Their heart rate and breathing will slowly start to increase, and their body temperature will begin to climb back to normal. This can take several hours or even a few days. They might stretch and move around inside the den, getting their muscles working again after months of inactivity. They are like a giant, furry machine slowly powering back on after a long shutdown, getting ready to face the world once more. Finally, the moment arrives. The bear, now leaner but rested, emerges from its den into the bright spring sunshine. If it's a mother, she will be followed by her playful, energetic cubs who are seeing the big, wide world for the very first time. Hibernation has done its job perfectly. It has allowed the bear to survive the time of scarcity and cold, to protect itself from danger, and even to bring a new generation into the world. It's the ultimate survival hack, ensuring that these magnificent creatures will be there to roam the forests and mountains when spring returns. What an incredible story of survival, beauty,